is the circus that we saw happen last week. Guys, that was the whole circus. I want us to talk about it. I'll tell you why I say it's the circus. You remember Dr. Mronwa Makwarela was appointed as Tshwane Mayor, right? He's appointed as Tshwane Mayor, and then Jiggy Jiggy, no insolvency, hey, certificate, la, ra, ra, hey, actually taken away, taken off, right? Aye, just as you are looking, no, actually, no insolvency, back on. And then whilst we are saying, guys, insolvency, what was that? He's like, no, actually, I resign. And there was a point where there's a whole tweet where he talks about how he was lied to, how somebody misled him. That's the words, I think. They misled him. And I'm like, what? Arma comrade, I'm mislead you, Lord. Anyway, so what I wanted to touch on, what I thought let's go to from there, is this insolvency issue.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Break it down like we're in grade 1. What is insolvency?
Insolvency, bottom line, is uskolotong that you cannot afford to pay.
Okay.
So your liabilities far exceed your assets, and you cannot pay your creditors. And everybody is now knocking on the door, wanting a piece of you and what you owe them.
Right.
So now it starts easy. It's like someone said,
right.
And then Mapasaka chooses not to respond. This is where we get the issues wrong. You choose not to respond to that summons within that 20-day session and everything. And then it goes all the way to default judgment. And now gets default judgment against you. So now I have the sheriff and the default judgment with me that says I can go and get your movable properties and sell them to satisfy my debt, which is my $100. If you don't have sufficient assets for me or for the sheriff to sell, that is, then what happens is I go back to the court and say, you know what, I couldn't get anything out of this. Can we declare Mapasaka insolvent because clearly she doesn't have enough money for her to pay my debt.
Sure.
And then the court now looks at Section 8 right through to Section 12 of the Insolvency Act to see if you've done what they call an act of insolvency, which includes you not having sufficient assets to pay for your debt. There's a whole list that we look at, and then thereafter, this is when you're declared insolvent.
It sounds like it's a long process. And it also sounds like it's not one that you can get confused on. You can't miss it.
Yes.